Pete Hegseth's mom went on to Fox News this morning to plead with Donald Trump to believe in her son and to gaslight the American people into blaming the media for her own email in which she called her son an abuser of women.
What was going on that made you so angry you wanted to write that?
Well, I will tell that story in a moment, but let me make two statements first, and one is to President Trump. And I want to say thank you for your belief in my son. We all believe in him. We really believe that he is not that man he was 7 years ago. I'm not that mother. And I hope people will hear that story today and the truth of that story. So the other thing I want to say is I am here to tell the truth to the American people and tell the truth to the senators on the Hill, right, especially our female senators. I really hope that you will not listen to the media and that you will listen to Pete.
Well,
it was a difficult time. I want to say something about the media. And part of today is to discredit the media and how they operate. When they contact you, I let a few phone calls go, but then they call you and say they threaten you. That's the first thing they do. Right. They say, unless you make a statement, we will publish it as is. And I think that's a despicable way to treat anyone. Threats are dangerous, and they're hard on families.
So to recap, you were angry about what was going on, his behavior during the divorce.
Right.
And so you wrote that email. And then, you know, a couple hours later, you apologized. Mm-hmm. And you guys talked and you worked it out?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Pete and I are very close today. In fact, our whole family is very tight-knit. I think people need to listen to him, get to know him, not the Pete from 7 years ago, but the Pete of today.
Right. Would you testify in front of Congress?
I don't have an answer to that right now, Steve. Some of those attachments or descriptions are just not true, especially anymore.
It sounds like you're a little disillusioned. Have you lost trust in how things happen?
No, listen, I came to take on New York City, to take on the New York Times, to be a mother, a strong mother, a fighter.
What's your message to the New York Times?
I would say I don't think the way you operate it feels almost criminal when reporters call you and threaten you. I don't think a lot of people know that's the way they operate.
Now, there's two issues I want to talk about with that clip. The first is her pleading with Donald Trump to believe in her son, which is really kind of fascinating that she couldn't really bring up anything that her son has done that would qualify him for the job. She just wanted you to forget about his, history of being drunk on the job and assaulting women. There's no, redeeming qualities here that she brings up. No, nothing. She just says, you just can't believe the media, right? And then she turns to attack the New York Times, who she says threatened her by simply saying, hey, look, we have your emails. We're going to publish them. We'd like for you to explain your side of the story. If not, then we're just going to publish without anything from you. And she says that that's a threat. Of course she does, because she too is a lying, gaslighting con artist who raised a son who's a lying, gaslighting con artist. Of course she says that that's a threat. That's journalism. So of course Republicans would hate that, because truth-telling really gets under their skin. That's what journalists do. When they have a scoop, when they have a story, they reach out to whoever is involved and say, hey, look, we'd like to hear your side of the story, so that, people can get the record straight, because the New York Times is mostly about selling the truth. Now, I know it's a controversial statement. I know some people may pick that apart, but that's what journalism is truth-telling, giving everyone their opportunity to tell their side of the story. And when Hegseth's mom gets caught emailing her son that he is an abuser of women, of course that she's going to lie and gaslight and try to blame the New York Times for threatening her. Really? That's a threat? No, that's journalism. That's the same thing that J.D. Vance did with Trump when Trump chose him to be his VP. J.D. Vance had called Trump America's next Hitler. He says, the media, I blame the media because they lied so much in their reporting that's what I thought he was. But he's not. I know Trump now. See, Hegseth's mom's appearance on Fox News is totally orchestrated by Donald Trump's inner circle, because this is what they do. It's the same thing they did with J.D. Vance, right? And his past comments. Oh, dude, just blame the media. That's what they tell him. Hegseth, same thing. Okay, we got to blame the media. We got to put it back on them. It's the same strategy. It's all coordinated from Trump and his inner circle, the higher up kind of leaders of the Republican Party, and these private organizations who just pump funding into them. The Heritage Organization, the Heritage Foundation, and so many others, right? And then she says, they ask, would you testify? Would you testify in front of Congress? Would you say this under oath? Oh, well, I can't answer that right now. No, of course you can't answer that right now. You're gonna vow to go and appear before Congress under oath where you cannot lie? Of course you don't want to do that, Miss Hegseth. Of course you don't. Oh man, this is. I made a video yesterday about Pete Hegseth, and the only two people defending his record at the Concerned Veterans for America that he worked for 3 years, and one is staying anonymous. The other also has a track record of abusing women, abuses children. So the chain of deceitful, lying con artists, it just grows bigger every day with this Pete Hegseth story. Donald Trump, the leader, picks the creep Hegseth, and then he needs to have his fellow creeps come out and defend him, including the mama creep, right? And that's what this is. I feel no trust in this person, in this woman. It is clear that she is lying so that Pete can get this Defense Department job, one which he's incredibly unqualified for. That's what we saw here. Of course, Miss Hegseth can't give us any real qualifications that he has, because he's totally unqualified. His time during the Concerned Veterans for America would have been something that would have qualified for him for the Defense Department position, but he spent his entire time there drunk, sexually assaulting women. He led a senior management group that pursued women, was warned about sexually assaulting women, and then had to resign because he was disgraced. That's who Pete Hegseth is. He's a monster, surrounded by monsters, picked by the main monster. So this story is only going to get interesting because now we hear that Ron DeSantis might be his replacement, which is just mind-blowing how you can go from creep to creep so quickly. But hey, that's Donald Trump's world. That's the world we're living in now. So, yeah. That's it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Thanks for sticking around. Be sure to like and share this video. That helps it spread and promote the video as well. And if you made it this far for the video, thanks for watching. My name's Brendan. I'll see you in the next one.